Good morning, everyone. Big welcome to Jack Stocken's Improver class. And we're going to be doing a little bit of revising this morning, I think. Now, I hope none of you have any IT issues, but if you do, just above the chat box, there is a Learn Bridge Online icon and a little note, click here for support, which will enable you to get some immediate help. You can always use the class email, to re-enter the classroom, and that's quite a helpful tip too. So please enjoy the lesson this morning. Ask as many questions as you want, and I think Jack's always really happy to help you. So now I best hit that record button, most important. And that's for anyone who can't be here this morning. They can join us at their leisure with the recording. So now we'll get that sorted. Yep, that's working. And we'll see if Jack's ready to join the class. And here we go. Welcome him aboard. We seem to have a very full class here today. Hello, how are you, Jack?
Hi, Franny. Yes, on good form.
That's
think
good.
I've just been teaching the beginners lesson 3.
Yes.
So they've been doing balanced hands and opening one no trump, and they've been going to the bar, which they enjoyed.
I must admit, I didn't get taught that bit when I started learning about going to the bar.
No, only some bridge teachers use it.
Maybe only one.
Could be only one. Could be just me. Yes.
I think
now
so.
Rick is joining us live, which is nice. He's returning after a 3-month layoff.
Oh, right. Yes. Excellent.
Actually, it's called Richard, not Rick. So yes, we're revising week 2s today. And then next week, we're doing week jump over calls. And I think the next week after that, we're doing transfers, I think.
Yes, I often go in and have a look at the lesson library if I need to, completely restore, my memory on something. And that's pretty extensive, the LBO.
Yeah, the replay library goes back, as you know, Franny, 6 months.
Yeah, so fantastic. You can browse in there and get up to speed in your own time. All right, Jack. Well, you've got a really big class. I better leave, and lots of luck and enjoy yourselves.
Yes, I'll see you on the other side, Franny. Thanks for the intro.
Bye.
Bye. Right, everyone. Well, let's get started. 11:02 UK time. We're revising week 2s today. And I don't think some of you have done the 2 no trump inquiry. So we're going to look at that, which might be new for some of you after a week 2 bit, the 2 no trump inquiry. I think 1 or 2 of you were a bit in the dark last week when we mentioned it. Let's get going though. Yeah, I think you all know that 2 diamonds, 2 hearts, 2 spades a week, 5 to 10 points would be the range, and a 6-card suit with at least 2 honours, a bit of suit quality. Remember, though, of course, that a 2-club in any bridge system you play is always the strong hand, 23 points or more. So you can't do a week 2 in clubs. 2 clubs is always strong, 23 plus. Just using points. Right. So what would you open on this one here with 8 points, everyone, if anything? 6 diamonds, 8 points. Let's get started straight away. Yes, let's not hang around too long on these. There we go. Two diamonds, yeah, perfect week 2 in diamonds. And online, you would announce your own bids. I'll do a little bit of etiquette at the end, but online, you would alert that. This one here, we'll go through these relatively quickly. I think you all know how to open a week 2. Yes, it's a classic two-heart bid, 2 honours, 5 to 10 points, yeah. This one here, 10 points this time. What would you open, if anything, with that one there? Well, you would open, but would you open 1 heart or 2 hearts? Well, it's actually too strong for a week 2. If it passes the rule of 20, then open 1 heart. Most of you did in the chat box, I think. Good. Yeah, if it passes rule of 20, you're too strong, open 1 heart. And finally, this one, 8 points. What would you do with that, if anything? Yeah. We can't open 1 spade. It fails the rule of 20. And it's too weak with the suit quality. You've only got 1 on the jack, so I would pass with that one. Good. Yeah, not enough honours. Use your discipline and pass. Okay, that's fairly straightforward. Let's see how you respond to a week 2. It's less straightforward. But you've got to think in terms of 0 to 14 points, up to an inclusive 14. You bid to the level of the fit, which most of you know about, or should know about. You add the number of combined trumps and bid to that level. So Pardo opens a week 2. You bid to the 3 level with 3 card support. You know you've got 9 cards between you. You bid to the 4 level if you had 4 card support. That would be 10 cards. And you bid 5 diamonds if you had 5 card support for diamonds. Yeah. It's the same as when responding to partner's overcall. You bid to the level of the fit, the number of combined trumps you've got. And you do it over a week 3 opener as well. Even with no points sometimes, Judy, yes? Yeah. Yeah, even with no points. Because if you've got no points, the opposition have got mega points, and you'll keep them out of game and maybe even a slam. So even with no points, depending a little bit on vulnerability. Okay, so let's put the theory into practice. I've opened a week 2. I've alerted my own bid online. What would you do, if anything, with that hand there? 7 points. So think of it in terms of 0 to 14. You either pass or you bid to the level of the fit. And nearly all of the live chat box are bidding 3 spades. Oh, I haven't said hello if you're watching replay. Big hello to you as well. I know many of you do watch these lessons in your own time. And do remember to ask the odd question on the website, because if you're watching in replay, because you don't get a chance to answer questions in the chat box. And I will answer them for you on the posting page on the website, LBO website. Yeah, there you go. 3 spades. You've got 9 between them. Just makes life more difficult for the opponents to get into the bidding, and find their heart fit. Sometimes makes it difficult for them to bid game, if not impossible. Even with 0 points. Here's another one for you. Again, I've opened 2 spades. What next with that? No, not particularly. I don't expect to make these contracts, PJ and others. No. I mean, 50-50, maybe half the time I will, but half the time I'll go 1 or 2 down. But here, if I bid 4 spades, which I would, the opponent's almost certainly got 4 hearts on, and you'll keep them out of game. So even if you go 1 or 2 down, that's why the expression is 1 down is good bridge that teachers like to use. So you kept the opposition out of their contract. So I wouldn't be expecting to make 4 spades with that. No, the weak two are never bids again, Maggie. No, in these situations. No, it's not an invitation to game, 100%. Just bidding to the level of the fit, making life more difficult for the opponents. Phil B's asking if adverse vulnerability is the lowest high card point. Not really a high card point to us on Phil B, but just really, I'm afraid it's just experience on that one. But, you know, if you were really flat, like, you know, 4-3-3 with no points and vulnerable, I wouldn't bid to the 4 level. I'd bid to the 3 level instead. Yes, tell Gillian 1 down is good bridge, Pauline. So on this one here, would you do anything? What have you got? 12 points. But yes, I've bid to level of the fit about 95% of the time. But I'd be careful if I was vulnerable and bad shape and really bad points. Yeah, then I'd dial it down 1. So vulnerability does come into it when you're really weak on points. Are you all passing here? Yes, you are. Good. It's really put up or shut up after a week 2 or week 3 opener, isn't it? Put up or shut up. So either support partner's suit or pass. Don't introduce a new suit here. You just get into trouble. Why would you? You know, there's no chance of game. And you've got an 8-card fit in spades. Even if I had a singleton spade here, I wouldn't be bidding 3 hearts. Even if I had a void in spades, I wouldn't be bidding 3 hearts. No. Let's play hand 1 on BBO. One I prepared earlier. Oh, hang on, that's not one I prepared earlier. This is one I prepared earlier. Oh, hang on. Yes, let's do this one. Why aren't these hands? Oh, yes, this looks like one. That's why those other hands were unfamiliar. I'll just get rid of them. Okay. So, what do we open on the south hand, if anything? 8 points. Well, we do have the 2 honours because the 10 is an honour in bridge. We also got the 9 and the 8. Yeah, PJ's just asking. The 10 is an honour in bridge when it comes to overcalling or opening a week 2 or week 3. So I'm going to be a good boy. I'm going to alert it as well. As you'll all know, you alert your own bids online by now. If this was face-to-face, by the way, and I will tell you this at the end, if I was to open 2 hearts playing face-to-face bridge or on real bridge, it's the partner opposite who says week 2. You mustn't say anything yourself if you're playing with live other players or on real bridge. Right, and what next for North, do you think? If anything, well, they got 10 points. So we got 10 between us, even vulnerable. I'm bidding 4 hearts here. I'd be kind of half expecting to make 4 hearts with that nice hand, but also expecting the opponents to be kept out. And now you see East has only got 11 points. They're too weak to bid vulnerable or anything really. So East has to pass. So you see what the week 2 has done. It's kept the opposition out of 4 spades, you know, which would be a good contract for East-West. Best defense, they don't make it, but only because of the singleton diamond lead. Okay, I'll tell you what we're going to do now. Just something I did with the intermediates on Monday. I'm going to share my screen with BBO. Let me just do that. Hang on. Share screen. I'm going to stop sharing that. And we're going to share it with the BBO, the 2 hands that you get to play on BBO. So here it is. So this is going to be quite fun. Right. So we're sharing it with this now. So just to remind you, because not all of you use this facility, but at the end of the lesson, you get 2 hands to play out yourself from the classroom, which are available where the replay library is and where the worksheet is on the LBO website. So this is what you do. And so just because not all of you will know how to do this, there's the contract 4 hearts. You don't have to do any bidding. You press the play button, okay, to get started. And then you play the cards to get going. So the opening lead here clearly is the king of spades. So I click on that. Yeah, Ellie, some of you will already use this facility, but I think quite a few don't use it. And quite a few of you don't realize how useful it is. So we're just practicing this one hand using the BBO facility. And you just, I think it's like donated on the website by a little arrow. Yeah, a tick. Sorry. Okay, so, well, counting losers. Something we've been doing a little bit of over the last few months. How many losers have we got in 4 hearts? And remember how you have to click the cards yourself here. Yeah, for all 4 players. How many losers have we got in 4? That'd be the first thing. I've analysed the lead, so I know they've got the queen of spades. It didn't take long. But I'd be counting losers. So looking at it from the south hand, in each suit at the dummy, how many losers have we got in spades? How many losers have we got in hearts? How many have we got in diamonds? And how many have we got in clubs? And some of you might still find it tricky to count losers in as declarer, something that we'll work on over the coming weeks and months. But we've actually got 4. We've got the queen of spades to lose, got the ace of hearts, and 2 top clubs. That's bad news. It really is. So we're going to win with the ace of spades. I'm clicking for all 4 players. But what am I going to do next? What are we going to do next? It's a joint effort. You're watching in replay. You're going to draw trumps here? Or not? If you draw trumps, they're going to take their winners very quickly. Can you see? What I'd be thinking about here is, can I see? If I had the ace of hearts, then I would draw trumps. Yeah. But we're going to lose the lead in trumps. So I'd be thinking, is there any way I can get rid of that spade loser? Creating void in clubs, Ellie, won't work. They'll take their winners very quickly and we'll be 1 down. What we've got to find a way to do, a way of doing, is to try and get rid of that spade loser. Is there any chance at all? Because if we don't, so this is quite difficult, I think, but we must play a diamond. We need to take a bit of a risk, because if we draw trumps, we're going to 100% go down. So how can we make this contract 50% of the time, do you think? Which one do we play from dummy? It'd be much easier if it was the ace-king of diamonds in dummy. Then we'd make our contract nearly 100% of the time. But here, I'm afraid, we do have to risk the finesse. Da, da, da. I'm really keeping my fingers crossed, because it's going to ruin my day if this loses to the king of diamonds. What do you think is going to happen? Well, you guessed it. The bridge gods are on our side. So what do we do next? Yeah, so the contract, Jane, chances of making this contract were actually 50-50. But if we'd have drawn trumps, it would be 0%. Now we cash the ace of diamonds. You can see, those of you who don't use the facility, how useful it is. The spade goes away. Now we can draw the trumps. Queen, ace, da-da. They'd probably take their club winners first, actually. Ace, king. Ooh, that's it. Now they try and take their diamond, but guess what? You can rough it. Draw the last trump with a king of hearts. And now just rough a couple of clubs in dummy. Like that. Oh, sorry, they would have... sorry, I went slightly wrong. They would have played a spade back, by the way. Yes, not a diamond. Yeah, so I went slightly wrong. I was concentrating too much on playing out all the cards, but yeah, it wouldn't have made any difference. But East, when they won with the ace of hearts, would have returned a spade. I can't be bothered to go all the way back. Not a diamond. But it wouldn't have made any difference. We still rough it. Rough the last club in dummy. It's actually a winner, so we don't need to. And a couple of winning trumps. There we go. You can see we made our 10 tricks. It's quite difficult that though, to see that. It does take a fair bit of planning at the beginning, or experience as well, the same thing. We made our 10 tricks. So what you do now, by the way, you play it through yourselves, but then if you can't make the contract, or you'd like to see how I play the hand, you then click on the next button once you've had a go at playing it once or twice. So this programs it, and it's very easy and quick. This, you just click the next button, you keep clicking, look, and it takes you through it automatically. I programmed it in. So win the ace of spades, I'm taking diamond finesse, ace of diamonds is cashed, draw the trumps. They rightly now switch to the 10 of spades, not the diamond, but we rough it, draw the last trump, and now it's very lose a club. Trumpet, rough, lose another club. Slightly different the way I played it, but it's coming to the same thing. And rough a club in dummy. I'm just clicking the next button, yeah? All winners now, 10 tricks taken. So yeah, I thought I'd just showcase that to you. I did it with the intermediates on Monday, just because some of you I don't think realise how easy it is to use. But you start with the play button, playing all 4 hands, and then you click the next button to see how it should be played by me. Okay, so let's return to the classroom. And there's 2 of those to play on the website, on LearnBridge Online website. I'm just going to stop sharing this first, so I don't get confused. Oh, you don't need to find the hands on BBO, Caroline. No, they're on Bajir's website. There's 2 of them uploaded. You just click a button, it takes you to BBO. You don't need to find anything on BBO. No, no. They're on Bajir's website, next to the replay of the lesson and next to the worksheet. Let me just share screen again. So we're back in the classroom there. Okay, so bid to the level of the fit. If you've got 18 or more points, you're really strong enough to bid game in partner's major suit. Okay, or possibly 2 no trump inquiry of slam maybe on. With 15 to 17, I think this will be new for some of you because I'm not sure we covered it in the week 2 lesson a few months ago. 15 to 17 over a week 2, you bid 2 no trumps. Doesn't say you want to play in 2 no trumps at all. It's alertable because it's artificial. And it's a forcing inquiry bid, asking partner about the strength of their week 2. Okay, so 2 no trumps is an inquiry bid because let's face it, 5 to 10 points is a very wide range. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you have a minimum range, which is 5 to 7. And you have an upper range, which is 8 to 10. So with the minimum range, 5 to 7, opener repeats her suit to show a minimum hand. And North will generally pass. Okay? It's called the features method. It's what I use and many other teachers use as well. So this is the easy bit, I think. Minimum 5 to 7, you just repeat your suit. That tells partner your minimum. So you've opened 2 spades with that one there. I've bid 2 no trumps, inquiry bid with 15 to 17. It's to know whether game is on or not, you see. That's why we use this inquiry bid. And if you haven't done it before, it is reasonably difficult, I think. But what would you bid now after the 2 no trump inquiry? If you're watching in replay, what would you do? It's called the features method. So we're being asked about our point count range. 5 to 7 is minimum. Vivian, Annie, Holly Pines, Valerie, Mary, Jenny, Janie. Yes, and you should alert the 2 no trumps. If you're playing face-to-face, the person opposite would alert it. Yeah. It's artificial. Doesn't ever mean you want to play on 2 no trumps. Well done. We bid 3 spades. And North will pass now. Good. That's the easy bit. However, if you're 8 to 10 points, you need to bid something else. And there is a pecking order in order of priority. Well, first of all, you might show a 4-card major on the side. In fact, you would show a 4-card major on the side. It may be you've got 6 diamonds and 4 hearts at 8 to 10 points, in which case it's useful to show partner you got 4 cards in the major, because they may have 4 cards as well in the major. And you might make 4 hearts or 4 spades. You won't have that very often. So alternatively, you can bid 3 no trumps if you've got 2 of the top 3 honors in the suit. Okay, and 8 to 10. All of these show a maximum, by the way, which will involve in bidding to game. And finally, if you don't have that, you would show a feature in the side suit. Now, what is a feature, you might ask me? A feature would be an honor card, like an ace, or a king, or a queen. Okay, let's play hand 2 on BBO. Okay, there it is. Right, so we open 2 hearts. Of course we do. I'm even going to alert it. West passes. What next for North? 13 points. The same applies to week 3s. No, Charlie, no. Over a week 3, 3 no trump is to play. Good question from Charlie. Definitely not. Over a week 3 opening, you just either bid to the level of the fit, or you bid game, or you bid 3 no trumps. Yeah, there's no inquiry bid. Well done. So 0 to 14 inclusive, we bid 3 hearts. And this is not an invitation to the game. East too weak to double with just 10 points now. Three hearts it is. What's the lead from West, by the way? What lead does West make? Well, I don't think many of you will know this, so you're going to learn something new just now. When you've got ace-king doubleton, you actually start with the king, then play the ace to tell your partner your ace-king doubleton. So you do it the other way around. But only if you've just got the ace-king doubleton. Well, it's in the small print, Ellie. I don't think anyone remembered that. No one really remembers that when I do this class. Either the intermediates or the improvers. It's quite tricky. Always an exception, PJ, but it's quite a useful way of telling your partner you started with a doubleton, isn't it? You play the king, followed by the ace. You don't do it with king, queen, or queen, jack, purely with the ace, king. It's quite a useful thing when it next comes up in 5 years' time. The queen here promises the jack from third player, by the way. So now they play the ace, and partner gets the message that it's a doubleton. They switch to the jack of clubs. We might as well try the king. Some people do lead from aces. They certainly do in my club. No names mentioned. Some of them do. Defense have started well, look. They've taken the first 4 tricks. No pressure. We've got to make the rest. Now they revert to diamonds, knowing that partner's shown a doubleton. Which card do we play next from south as declarer? Yes, that ace-king doubleton only applies to ace-king doubleton, Caroline, not to king-queen or queen-jack. Well, we've got to be careful. Let's not send the boy to do the man's job. Because if you play the 2, it's a big mistake. It gets over-roughed by the 6. So well done, we trump high. Good, good start. What do we do next as declarer? We're in hand as south with the jack of hearts. We go large, Phil B, yes. Hello, Anne in Harrogate, Richard, Maria. Maria's in Spain. Costa del Sol, I think. Ellie, Annie M, Noli, Charlie, Leslie. Yes, so normally we draw trumps, but we need to make use of the void. Oh, Aragon. Oh, sorry, Maria. Someone else was in the Costa del Sol. Stuart, Jane Holbert, yes. And we trump with a 10 of hearts just in case. So well done, class. You've done well to do that. When this hand was played face-to-face before lockdown, people forgot to rough the club in dummy, went down. Which card do we play now specifically from dummy? Specifically. Can I just tell you one thing? Roughing a diamond now doesn't give us extra tricks. No, we don't trump in the long hand. It will not, repeat, not give us extra tricks. So that would be a mistake. We draw trumps by playing the ace of hearts, the higher card from the shorter holding. So remember, trumping on dummy gives us extra tricks. Trumping in your own hand, the long hand does not. We're going to make all these 5 trumps anyway. Can't make them twice. Just remembering hearts are 3-1, so we draw the last one out. Now we take the spade finesse, 50-50. Ace of spades, and we're cruising to make 9 tricks. There we go. 140. So a well-played hand that by us. It was a joint effort. Remembering we had a couple of pitfalls we had there. We had to trump high when they returned a diamond. We had to remember to rough the club in dummy. And then finally, we had to remember to draw trumps with the ace. There's no rush to finesse, Leslie. The spade finesse can wait to the end. There's no rush to do that. And better to draw trumps first, Leslie, I would say. Generally on these hands, someone might have roughed the spade. Right, let's go back to the classroom. You've opened 2 spades with your 8 points. I bid 2 no trump inquiry. What's your response to that inquiry with that hand with 8 points? Let's just go back to those responses for a second. So this is the priority. Try and show a 4-card major on the side if you've got 8 to 10. If not, bid 3 no trumps to show 2 of the top 3 honours in your week 2 suit. And if you don't have any of those, you show a feature in the side suit, which is ace, king, or queen. People get a bit confused by that one. So what are we going to do here? Well, one thing we mustn't do is bid 3 spades. That shows 5 to 7 points and partnerable parts. So we show the feature here, and the feature is the 4-card heart suit. Well done. So shows the maximum. Hello, old Sandy. Sally AD, PJ, Phil B. Yeah. North will now bid game. Either 3 no trumps or 4 spades, or even 4 hearts if they've got a 4-card heart suit. No, don't worry, Maggie. We'll do the feature and the side suit in a bit. People do get confused by that one, though. Here's another one to practice, and this will all be in the worksheet as well. Of course, you now know how to play those 2 hands on BBO as well, which are next to the worksheet and the replay. Okay, you've opened 2 spades on your 9 points. I've inquired with 2 no trump, alertable. What's your feature here? How do you show a feature with 9 points? There's the pecking order look back there. Reasonably difficult, these features. It doesn't particularly matter if you get them wrong. It won't matter too much because you are showing your partner an 8 to 10 upper range hand and they will bid on to game. So this one, you can tell partner you've got 8 to 10 points and you've got 2 of the top 3 honours in spades. Goody good? Here's another one for you. Practicing the features method, which will be new to some of you, I think, this morning. Some of you may not have covered this, as I say, a few months ago, but you've opened 2 diamonds. Again, I've bid the inquiry bid. Tell me about your range. And if you're 8 to 10, you can show me a feature. What feature do you think you'd like to show me here? Well, one thing you haven't got a 4-card major. You don't have 2 of the top 3 honours in diamonds. So you can show me a feature in the clubs. You've got the king of clubs, so you can bid 3 clubs. Shall we have a look? And North will almost certainly bid 3 no trumps anyway. Don't worry if you don't understand that feature thing. I think it's quite difficult and it generally does cause confusion in the past when I've taught it face to face. So if you're confused by that feature, you won't be alone. As I said earlier, it doesn't matter too much because you'll generally find yourself to game. It will normally be 3 no trumps when the week 2 has been in diamonds. Okay, Bernice, Jane T, Richard, Sarah M, Caroline, Maz, Gisela, well done. Let's play hand 3 on BBO now. No surprise, it's a 2-diamond opener by North. What next for South, if anything, with their 15 points? Well, we can use the 2 no trump inquiry, which I'm going to alert as well, because it's artificial, not wanting to play in 2 no trumps. And what is North's response with 9 points? If they had, get out of jail free, maybe. I was using this quite a lot with the beginners this morning. I hope they liked it. Hang on a second. Repeating the suit shows 5 to 7 points here. So if you were to bid 3 diamonds, that's 5 to 7 minimum. Is that right? Bridge Prison is still overcrowded, I'm afraid. We are building the Bajir wing. It's about halfway through. Bashir's on site today looking at it. We've already had the Stocken wing. That got filled up fairly quickly. But the Bashir wing is in quite good progress. The builders are being a little bit slack there. Right, so we need to show a feature, and the feature here is 3 no trumps. Leave it alerted, actually. Yeah, it's artificial. It says I've got 2 of the top 3 honours in diamonds. And that's where matters rest. And fine to lead away from an ace in no trumps. Yeah, this would be the cardinal sin in a trump contract. Well, thank you, partner, for the dummy. I'm counting certain tricks. How many are you counting here? How many certain tricks? Something I'd always do in no trumps. Then I'd look for the extras. Next week, by the way, is week jump over calls. Very exciting. Very useful little tool to have in your toolbox, those. I think transfers in 2 weeks. You can join us next Monday if you wish. It's a more difficult lesson on duplicate pairs tactics. It's the second one in my series. And this is about whether to bid game or not at duplicate pairs. But they are more difficult, those lessons. The hands are harder too. So there's just a little warning for you. But do come along. It's included in your subscription, 9:30 on a Monday. But obviously there's a harder lesson because it's duplicate pairs tactics. But one I think many of you would find useful. So we've got 4 certain tricks. Hello, Peter A. Good morning. Yeah, so the next thing we need to do, obviously we're going to make extras from combination of diamonds and clubs. But another thing we've got to do is work out whether to play the queen. Try not to look at the east-west cards here. Be good practice. Would you honestly play the queen of hearts, or would you play second player play low? If you were playing this hand as declarer, would you play the queen, or would you honestly play second player play low? You're an honest lot. So never play too quickly at trick 1. It's something I did the other day when I was playing online, and I paid the price. But yes, we should play. Basically, it's nearly always right to play on a doubleton from the dummy. Queen X, King X. Yeah. Because it's your only chance of making it. And now you see, you've got a second stopper because West is most likely to have the ace of hearts because they led hearts. You've got a second stopper with the king if West ever gets the lead. Yeah, you'll make your king. Okay, what do we do at trick 2? We're in dummy. Which card do we play from dummy? I think we need to get the clubs going. You are right, Ellie. And Anne and Annie. Good. Ooh, winning finesse. That's a relief, but it wouldn't matter too much had we lost to the King of Clubs because West wouldn't have been able to continue hearts profitably. Although if they switched to a spade, that would have been good defense. Now, which card do we play specifically from declarer? It's a joint effort, this. What card specifically? There's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11 to choose from. If you're watching in replay, quite a tricky hand, this one. Well, I think we need to get the diamonds going now. But do we play the queen or do we play the 3? Well, some of you are going to bridge prison because you should play the higher card from the shorter holding. Otherwise, the suit will get blocked. I'm hoping diamonds divide evenly, 3 and 2. It's about 70% chance. Then I'm going to make loads of tricks. Oh dear. The diamonds. Yeah. Oh, community service. Bridge prison community service. And yes, because the prisons are full. Yeah, okay, I get that. The diamonds are not going to give us any extra tricks, I'm afraid, because diamonds are 4-1. But what card do we play from dummy now, having won the ace of diamonds. Quite a tricky hand, this. I'm going to give you a get out of jail free card because I'm feeling generous. Almost Christmas. This is our last time in dummy. Should we not do something first, do you think? Because we're never getting back to dummy again. So you can change your mind. Do you think we should do something first? Because we will never, ever get back to dummy. So yes, be very wise before taking the club finesse to cash the king of diamonds. Good. And which card do we discard from Declarer, South? Which card should we discard, do you think? 4 of clubs, 7 of hearts, or 3 of spades? Oh, Oz Sandy, not to be confused with UK Sandy. Misty's with us. Play Misty for me. Phil B, Valerie. Yes, don't throw a club. Well done if you threw a spade. Because the clubs are going to be useful. Now we take the club finesse again, look. Ace of clubs is a winner because West has been discarding them. 7 of clubs. What should we throw? Heart can go. 4 of clubs. And we can exit with a spade. We made our 9 tricks though. Might make an over trick here, but unlikely. Because East has hung on to the right cards. They're going to make the rest. But we're very pleased to have made 3 no trumps there. Wasn't easy with the diamonds dividing 4-1. If diamonds had divided 3 and 2, we'd have made 11 tricks. 6 diamonds, 5 club winners, and the Queen of Hearts. Well done for putting up that Queen of Hearts at trick 1 as well. That was important to do. Right, let's go back to the classroom. Oops. How do you defend against a weak 2? Well, it's the same as really if they'd opened at the 1 level. So double for takeout with 12 plus points, asking partner to bid. You can overcall 2 no trumps to show 15 to 19. But crucially, you must have a stopper in the weak 2 suit. If you don't have a stopper, you'd probably double. But yeah, you must have a stopper in their suit. And finally, you can make an overcall with a decent 5-card suit, but you need slightly more points, really 10 plus points there, and a good suit. So that's how you defend. Really, you treat it as though they'd opened at the 1 level. Let's play hand 4 on BBO. Here we go. So we've had plenty of practice day on week 2s. I'm pleased we've gone back to the 2 no trump inquiry bit, which is a difficult one. Some of you may not have done it before. Some of you might have been rusty. So East opens 2 spades on this one. Over to South. What next for South, if anything? 17 points. Perfect for 2 no trumps. 15 to 19 with a spade stopper. You must have a stopper in spades. And what next for North? 11 points. And thank you very much for introducing your friends to the game for beginners. We've got quite a few were watching earlier, so I appreciate that you've been spreading the word. Well, it's interesting, but actually what you should agree with your partner, if you haven't done so already, is that Stayman, I haven't probably told you this yet, but I will do now. Stayman and transfers, which we'll do later, some of you already do transfers, but Stayman applies over an overcall of 1 no trump or 2 no trumps, but just double check with your partner. So yes, this would clearly show 4 hearts, Caroline, not 4 spades, because the opposition have bid spades. But yeah, just agree it with your partner, but you can and should use Stayman over an overcall of 1 no trump or an overcall of 2 no trumps. Very useful. South bids what? In response to Stayman. But here, North would definitely have 4 hearts. They won't have 4 spades because East has got all the spades. So good one to remember that. I think most of the chat box didn't use Stayman. I haven't really told you about it yet, so I'm not surprised. So we bid 3 diamonds. And North reverts to 3 no trump. Good. And what's the opening lead to 3 no trump from West? But yeah, just check with your partner, but you should definitely agree with them to play Stayman and transfers over an overcall of 1 no trump or 2 no trumps. Some of you will do, well, for those who play transfers, we do those in a couple of weeks. Yes, well, you must lead partner's suit, which was spades, remember? And it's top of a doubleton. Good. Some of you didn't lead partner's suit. No, I would nearly always lead partner's suit in no trumps. No names mentioned. Right. Well, I'm counting certain tricks. 4, 5, 6, 7. Not bad. Just need to find 2 more. Coming from either diamonds or from hearts. An encouraging 9 of spades there. And do we win with the ace? Or duck it? Yes, Alps is a useful little mnemonic, Caroline. Always lead partner's suit. Alps. Funny enough, I've just been requesting the Zermatt ski balance for our ski bridge holiday to Zermatt on the 11th of January. There. Slam ducks making a little appearance. Quack, quack, yeah. Also known as Lucy. Would you duck again or would you take it? Well, you don't need to duck again because you know that East started with 6 spades, so West only started with 2. You could do it, doesn't do you too much harm. But best to win with you. Right. Well, we have a situation. Do we go for diamonds or do we go for hearts? Both involve a finesse. We need to go for one or the other. Which one are you going to play? Are we going to go for hearts? Try not to look at the opposition's cards. Or are we going to go for diamonds? Which do you think is best? Both involve possibly losing a king. And if you're not sure, have an educated guess or an uneducated one. Are you going to go diamonds or hearts? It's 50-50. Here's a coin. Should we spin it? Whoop. Heads you win. Tails I lose. Oh. Yes, we have what we call here, for the more experienced members of the class, because it is difficult, we have what we call a danger hand and a safe hand. So let's ask that question. Is east the danger hand or is west here? Which is the danger hand? Obviously, one's a danger hand, one's a safe hand. Which is the danger hand? If you don't understand danger hands, don't worry. Let it waft over your head like the warm breeze that's currently in my room. East is the danger hand. Good. If we lost to east, they're going to take 4 spade winners. So what we need to do is finesse into the safe hand. If we make the mistake of taking the heart finesse now, it loses to the danger hand and we lose loads of tricks. So what we need to do, very well done if you spotted this, is go to dummy with a club. And which diamond should we play? Queen, Jack or 4, which is best? Quite a tricky hand, this one. A couple of harder hands today as well. If you found the hands a bit hard, it wasn't just you. They are slightly more difficult. Yeah, Queen is best. Because if it wins, we keep the lead in dummy. Now, we can't afford to play a heart, Ellie, at any point. We'll lose to the king and lose all the spades. So we take the finesse into the safe hand. And now you see your clever ducking play means they can't come back a spade because you've ducked it. You've severed the communication. Caroline's just got a question before we do anything. Many in my club play strong twos. That's very old-fashioned, Caroline, of people in your club. It may not go down well if you tell them that. Almost everyone plays weak twos now. So no, strong twos are very different, Caroline. They're like 20 points in a 6-card suit. Yeah, totally different. Let's not get confused. But yeah, I'm very surprised they need to change to weak 2 openers, really. But you might find it hard to tell them. Right, so they come back a heart. And which one do we play from dummy? High for hate. Although it might be better play, actually, for them to pretend they've got the king by playing low for like. A little bit of deception. Or subterfuge. A word I haven't used for a few months. A few weeks. I got a bit carried away with it, didn't it? Subterfuge. But no, we can't afford the finesse. So we rise with the ace of hearts. Cash the Jack of Diamonds winner. And our other diamond winners. Heart can go. Ace of clubs, higher card from shorter holding. Queen of clubs, remembering to overtake with the king. Otherwise we're blocked. Jack of clubs is already gone. 10 of clubs. Just give up the last 2 now to the oppo. There we go. So a good end to the morning. We've just made 3 no trumps. 600 actually because we were vulnerable. But yeah, that's tricky, that safe hand and danger hand. Definitely if you don't get it, it's something that you can leave to the future. It is for the more experienced members of the class. And ducking the spade was fairly routine. Let's go back to the classroom. Yeah, it certainly got harder the second half, Jane T. It definitely was harder. That 2 no trump inquiry, the set hands were harder. Listen, etiquette, you know to alert your own bids online, but face to face, if I was to open 2 hearts and you're sitting there as my partner, you must announce to the table weak. I mustn't say anything, even if you forget to say something. Otherwise, I might as well just show you all my cards. But yeah, they might call the director. But no, you're not allowed to alert your own bids playing face to face. Oh, the stop card's very confusing, PJ. Hang on, PJ's just got a question. The stop card is a very boring card that you have to use when you play face-to-face. It means when you jump a bid, PJ. So if I opened 1 heart and you jump to 3 hearts, you have to bring out the stop card and leave it there for 5 or 10 seconds. Yeah, more information online probably, PJ. Just put in stop card at bridge. Alerting is when you alert someone's artificial bid, a convention. Person opposite does that face-to-face. Thank you, Vivian. So that's the etiquette. If you remember just 3 things, you'll remember to open a week 2 in diamonds, hearts, or spades, 5 to 10 points. And then responding, you really need to just remember 0 to 14, you'll either pass or bid to the level of the fit. 15 to 17, you can use the 2 no trump inquiry. Yes, I think you have to alert Stamen. I think you announced Stamen, actually, Mary, playing face-to-face. And that's it, Franny. It brings us up to 12 o'clock UK time.
Oh, that was a very, very good review. I like the 2 no trump inquiry bid.
It's really useful, isn't it? But the responses are quite tricky. I think what they've got to remember mostly, Fran, is just really 5 to 7 to repeat the suit, to show weakness. Yeah.
But
8
if you start using it, you do get more familiar with it.
Yeah, of course you do. You know, you build up a relationship with your partner. You become more confident with it. And thank you for the kind comments that's just coming in. Too many to thank everyone individually.
That's very nice.
Oh, Lisa's got a question though. What is the convention where you count useful points, aces and kings? Lisa, that's when you open a week 3 in hearts or spades. So if I open 3 hearts or 3 spades, Lisa, you then use useful points, aces and kings. Must add up to 12, but that's another lesson. It's probably in the replay library. A lot to remember there, Noli. As someone said, Franny, the lesson was a lot harder the second half.
Yeah, I felt that.
Because the 2 no trump bid is quite difficult, but they just need to remember it doesn't matter too much actually if they get the features wrong, because the most important thing is convey to your partner that you're 8 to 10 upper range. But
you do support the lesson with some good notes.
Oh, hello, Penelope Worsley. Are you new to this class? I used to know a Penelope Worsley. Is it the same one? He used to live over in East Yorkshire somewhere. We'll find out. So all's good, Franny, with you?
Yep, great. Really good. We're getting some beautiful weather now. And, yeah, very beautiful weather. Lots to do when the weather's nice.
Yeah, great. Well,
a little bit of travel, a little bit of petanque, different things. More outdoor weather now.
Right. Well, that's good for you. Yes. As you probably know, we're just starting our winter over here.
Yes.
Well, we're a little bit into it.
That's not so good, is it? All right. Well, that's the end. Is there anything you would like to add?
Well, just say, no, I just want to say to Penny Worsley, yes, I was at school at Bramcote, many moons ago. Caroline's going to join us on Monday, which is great, for the duplicate pairs strategy on whether to bid games or not. That's a harder lesson, but I think, you know, it's a fun one. Come and join us. Holly Pines is in Marbella. Ken's learnt a lot this morning. Good. Ellie, I will have a good week. You too. And I think that's about it, Franny. Lots of thank you. I think a revision of the week, revision of the more difficult topics is always a good one.
I think it is. And it's a great opportunity to have someone step you through those things, because you can't find anyone or anywhere very much to go to get that. So it's really great.
Yeah, and it will only really happen at Learn Bridge Online. And, going through the set hands, getting my take on it, how my mind would think about it, I think is very useful. When an expert or a teacher looks at a hand, they just take a step back. They think about this, they think about that. But, that they're using their experience of like 20, 30 years of playing bridge, which does obviously count for a lot.
Excellent.
Well, that's it really, Franny. I will go and get myself ready. All
right. Better get organised to say good night and, good morning still for you, isn't it?
Yes, lunchtime. I'm going out for lunch with a couple of friends, which will be nice.
Oh, very nice.
In Harrogate.
All right. Well, that's it. And
you have a good evening, Franny, and we'll see you same time, same place.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Bye, Jack's mum.